pleasure. You shouldn't have come here. Now it's too late to escape.
Yo, what is up guys? It is Samool back again with another Epic 7 video for you guys today. And today we're going to be talking about the new Moonlight 5-star unit coming out on the 21st of July after the current Mystic Banner rotation ends. And that unit is the unit you see on your screen here, Sylvan Sage Vivian or ML Vivian. Now she is still a mage, she is of the light element, and you're going to see from her kit when we look at her skills that she looks like a pretty cool unit. I don't know if she'll be super broken, but I know for sure she'll be fun to use. And come on guys, she's pretty waifu, even though that whole censorship scandal slash drama went on. We'll talk about that more in depth in another video if you guys aren't up to base with that. But yeah, she did have some artwork change, but it still looks okay, as you can see from her animations and from her lore and stuff like that. I think she'll be a very, very fun unit to use, like I said. Let's talk about her kit actually and her base stats. So like I said guys, she is a light mage of the Cancer zodiac sign, and you're going to see that her base attack is very high for any unit in this game, but it's pretty normal for mage units that are 5-star and especially ML 5-stars, to be honest. It's nothing out of the ordinary. You're going to see that her HP is not that great, her speed is okay, pretty average, and her defense is also very high, very, common amongst mages. You're also going to see that from her awakenings, she'll get some crit chance as well. And very notably, you're going to see from her imprint concentration that she's getting crit chance for herself. So that signals that, she's going to be a lot easier to gear because her crit chance requirements are going to be super low. If you can actually SSS her with your spare Vivian dupes, you can actually get her to 40% crit chance before any gear. That's actually insane, and it will make her gearing process so much easier because you can invest a lot of the sum stats you would have into crit chance into more bulk and make more tankier, which you're going to see is going to be a very, very important part of her kit because she's going to really revolve around surviving and just being really annoying. Speaking of which, let's talk about her skills. So the first skill we're going to be talking about is her S2. Now her S2 is called Insight, and you're going to see it is a focus-based system. Basically, at the start of the first battle, or the battle in PvP, she will gain 3 focus, and at the start of every single turn, she'll gain 1 focus. Now whenever she's attacked, she will actually reduce the damage suffered by 50% if the damage suffered is equivalent to 25% or more of her max HP. Now this will consume 1 focus and decrease her S3 cooldown by 1 turn as well. So this is pretty OP guys, because you're going to see that it only consumes 1 focus, and at the start of battle you gain 3, so it's going to be really hard to actually focus her down at the beginning of battle, and she's going to be like super tanky and just really annoying to deal with. All the meanwhile, she'll be reducing the skill cooldown of her S3. So yes, this will make her a lot harder to kill, especially if you have barriers on her, which will be very, very strong because it will still work with this damage reduction. And I think she'll be very powerful with barrier providing units such as like Adventure Ross, who just recently got buffed. He will be very strong with Vivian or ML Vivian. Also Fallen Cecilia will be pretty nice as well. And you're going to see that this will make her extremely tanky and just super annoying to deal with. It's pretty much almost impossible to one-shot her at the start of battle, especially if you build her, with some HP as well. I think the skill is pretty cool, and I think, this is a really interesting passive to have for unit. It might be kind of broken, we don't know yet, but I think it is definitely above average for a passive S2 skill. Next, we have our S3, Nature's Judgment, and you're going to see that this does not require any focus, it will give you focus. So this is a AoE attack and will also give everyone crit hit damage for 2 turns and also recover HP before increasing attack of yourself. So this not only will give crit hit damage to your team while doing damage, it will also heal you, which is really nice because you already have a lot of damage mitigation. This gives you another way of sustaining yourself and also give you increased attack. Now it says the amount recovered will increase proportional to the target's max HP. So basically, I'm pretty sure this is going to heal you depending on all the units that you hit. So if you hit 4 targets, you're probably going to heal 4 times the amount. And it says also that this increased attack effect will stack up to 3 times. So the increased attack, guys, is not actually a buff, it's actually a stacking increase passive bonus, similar to Commander Arena, Landy, Inspector Tenebria's S2, Luluka's S3 as well. The increased hit damage though will be a 2-turn buff. So if you can get this off a lot, which should be not too difficult, even though the cooldown is 6 turns, guys, if you can actually bait units to hit you, you can actually get your S3 off quite a bit. And actually, increase your attack a lot. But the problem is, from just looking at her kit, you can already tell, Sylvan Sage Vivian will be a pretty easy target to just ignore because, you know, not only does she take not a lot of damage, but she kind of wants to get hit as well. So I'm pretty sure you're only going to want to bring her into comps that have like AoE because of this effect, because you're really going to want to, you know, try to get your S3 off cooldown as much as you can. Anything that has a lot of AoE counters like Rem, Bellion, stuff like that, or just counters in general, she'll probably be very good against. But I think units that have a lot of single target that can easily ignore her, you probably are not going to want to bring her into those team comps. And now we have her S1, Mana Attunement. So this is just the basic attack that will increase speed of herself. Now the speed buff is pretty cool, but it doesn't really matter too much because I don't think cycling with her matters, you know, too much. Of course, you're getting more focus to actually, you know, be able to use your S2 more often, but I don't think it's like a really OP S1 or anything like you'll see on other units. But you can actually soul burn this, which is pretty cool, to do an AoE attack. So this can actually bring like Landies out of stealth if they're on Guiding Light. You can hit Spectre Tenebrias, who are really popular. You can just do AoE damage, which is a pretty cool soul burn effect, and it's only 10 souls. So this is pretty strong in my opinion for a soul burn effect, you know, especially if you can stack up your attack a lot from your S3. You can make it so you can maybe possibly two-shot Spectre Tenebrias that are hiding in stealth later on into the game. So I think this is a pretty cool S1, but nothing like too crazy at all. I think the speed buff is, you know, just okay. If it was another effect, it might be really OP, but in the current state of her S1, I think it's just a pretty decent ability. So yeah, that brings us to, you know, what I actually think about her overall. So I think, you know, Sylvan Sage Vivian, pretty decent unit, guys. She looks pretty fun to use. Do I think she's like meta changing or super broken? No, because she does have some glaring weaknesses, guys. You can pretty much just ignore her on the battlefield and she won't really do what she has to do, which is, you know, soak a lot of damage and actually, you know, buff her team with that crit damage buff. And also her kit seems, you know, a little bit weird, doesn't synergize that well together. And also, you know, she's kind of reliant on other units. I think she's going to want, you know, another unit to actually help her sustain, like an Adventure Ross would be very nice with her, or even Fallen Cecilia. For the most part, guys, do I recommend pulling for her? It's hard to say. I would just wait a few days after she releases and see how people think of her after they test her out. But personally, just looking at her kit, I don't think she's worth wasting pity on, because even though she's super waifu, which if you think she is, then be my guest, you can pull for her. But I think from a gameplay standpoint of view, she won't really help you too much in PvP, and she seems like a pretty niche pick. Nothing super broken like Hand Guy or Apoc Ravi or Bellion or Conqueror Lilias or anything like that. She's definitely just like a decent unit for PvP. PvE, guys, she won't have any usage at all for sure. Maybe you can use that as a tank somewhere, but I highly doubt it. But for the most part, guys, I think, you know, purely PvP unit, I think she'll be fun to use. But like I said, definitely not something anything super OP like some people kind of predicted. So that being said, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, guys. If you guys want to see more videos on, you know, units that are coming out, make sure you guys hit that like button and leave a comment down below. And I'll see you guys next video. Peace.